Texas A&M has officially become a contender. Now, I think after the win against Notre Dame, it's fair to reshape the expectations. A win like this will allow you to kind of take a step back and think, all right, what is the potential now for A&M's season this year? You got a dramatic last-second win, touchdown with 13 seconds left. It's a pivotal moment. And this is an Aggie team that in times in the past on big stages has not always lived up to their expectations. But now, man, I think you look at what was achieved. This was a monumental victory, overcoming a bit of a curse, if you will, against highly ranked opponents. This was massive. Takeaway as far as within the game itself, the offense, man, they were built for big moments. I think that's huge. I thought Marcel Reed had a really nice day, threw for 360, a couple touchdowns, had the game winner there to his tight end, Borkercher. Loved that. He's not perfect. There were several missed throws. There were missed opportunities. But when things were going awry, when it was had in gotta have it mode, he leads a 13-play, 74-yard drive in the final minutes for the win. This offensive attack, I think it's a repeatable exercise, right? They can manufacture explosives. This is a good defense that they're playing against. Notre Dame, the offensive line, I thought held up very, very well. But the biggest change from the Aggies this year as compared to last year and maybe the year before is the wide receivers are amazing. There were a few circus catches, and they made them look routine. You had a couple breakout stars like Mario Craver, who torched the Irish secondary on several catch and runs. Remarkable performance, statistically speaking. The 86-yard touchdown run in the first quarter. It shows that they have the firepower on the outside and the personnel on the outside to do a lot of damage, when in the past, it's really been primarily the run game for the Aggies that have been the edge that they've kind of leaned on for quite some time. Le'Veon Moss, I think, showed some physicality. We've seen that from him before. This performance really indicates, though, that A&M's not just explosive and productive, they're also clutch. Every single time it felt like Notre Dame had a score, A&M was able to kind of respond, show some maturity and a playmaking ability that will be very impactful when they get into SEC play. They showed some grit on the defensive side. Now, you look at the numbers, he gave up 40. It's probably going to raise some eyebrows in some cases, right? When you faced a Notre Dame offense that was in desperation mode. And while the defense at times struggled, Jeremiah Love was fantastic in the game, goes for nearly 100. They fed him quite a bit, but they had a critical 3rd and 1 stop. They had critical 4th and 1 stops. They managed to kind of disrupt CJ Carr just enough, even though that the sacks numbers weren't there. There were several pressures that led to big incompletions. And the game that was kind of decided by the slimmest possible margins, the defense gave their offense a chance, right? This was big, though. Just big picture takeaway is that psychological barrier for A&M, it can now be removed. This is their first win on the road against a ranked opponent since Auburn in 2014. That's a 13-game losing streak in games like that. It signals a new era for Mike Elko, and it proves that the Aggies can not only compete with elite teams, but they can also now beat elite teams in hostile environments. So this is a big one. I think a really big one. This is a battle-tested team, a dangerous team, and this was not a fluke by any stretch, but a showcase of a new clutch and explosive offense, a gritty defense, and a level of fortitude that we have not often seen from the Texas A&M Aggies. They are this week's Team of the Week. Congratulations, Aggies. Best performance of the weekend goes to you.